Hello and welcome back to our channel Active Guitarists. So in this video we will be solving Module 1 important questions. You may be surprised, but yes, I have picked the questions from Model Question Paper 1 to June-July 2024 paper and also the supplementary paper of 24 and the December paper again. Also, I have gone through the same given important questions by Ty and some extra important questions which is compulsory for you to solve. Okay, I have included everything. No need of putting any efforts if you are following this video completely with me. So let's get started. I am giving you the target of completing at least 50 likes because it takes time for me to understand with the concepts, write it, find answer, verify it and then upload. Okay, so let's get started now. So in Module 1, what are the concepts? From what concepts they will ask? First, let us understand that thing. Okay, yeah. First important concept that they will ask is finding the equivalence. Okay, so equivalence is nothing but this equal to symbol. That itself is equivalence. Then we have second important concept, that is validity of argument. So validity of argument is nothing but they will give you few equations. By using rules of inference, we have to prove whether it is true or false. We have to check its validity. Then third kind of questions what they will ask is, they will give us the statement. Okay, so statement will be given. By using those statements, we have to convert that statement into symbolic form and check its validity. Okay, then they'll ask you to define and prove tautology. Okay, then we have prove using laws of logic. Okay, then direct, indirect and contradiction method. See, these last three concepts, you can expect this question in 2A, 2B and 2C. Okay, first 5 concepts are important if you are attending the question number 1A, B, C. Okay, yeah. So let's check with the model question paper 1 questions now. Prove logical equivalence, which was asked for 6 mark. Okay, so now look at the variables. How many variables do we have? P, Q and R, right? So we have to write the truth table for this. So whenever we are writing truth table for P, Q, R, write 4 zeros followed by 4 time ones. Okay, then 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, then 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Now we have P biconditional Q. Now what does this P biconditional Q mean is, only if both values are same, like if it is 0 to 0, then your answer will be 1. If your value is like 1 to 1, then also your answer will be 1. Otherwise, like 0 1 or 1 0 is the combination, then answer will be 0. Okay, so same way, let us understand now. So combine P and Q. 0 0, values are same, so answer is 1. Again here, values are same, answer is 1. Now look here, 0 and 1, values are different, so 0. Different, 0. Different, 0. Again, different, 0. Same, 1. Same, 1. Okay, then similarly combine with Q and R. If the values are same, answer is 1. If values are different, answer is 0. Okay, similarly write it for all. Then consider this entire thing to be 1, this entire thing to be 2, this entire thing to be 3. Now you can see this is what AND symbol, right? So for all these 3 we have to apply AND. So 1 and 1 is 1. Again 1 and 1 is 1. So in simple, if I have to say, when you are writing or performing AND for 3 values, check if all 3 values are same, then 1. If it is not same, 0. See, only if all 3 values are same, then it is 1. Okay, now we have taken this and proved here. Now we will come to this part. So again, P to Q. We are finding P to Q. Now, how does this single arrow mark work is, it's very simple. Please understand. Only if, okay, how this single arrow will work is, only if the value is like 1, 0, then your answer will be 0. Other any combination it can be, it will give you 1. Okay, now first let us check where is 1 and 0 in P and Q. See, check P and Q. Is it 1 and 0? No, 1. Only if you get like this, that is 1 and 0, answer will be 0. Okay, similarly do it for QR and RQ. Later apply AND operation. Okay, this side AND operation. Then finally you have to combine the value of last value what you get after computing this entire equation. You get this, and after completing this entire equation you will get these answers. So if you check, these both are same. That means this is logically equal. You have to write the conclusion. I have not written. For conclusion they are providing 1 marks. Okay, hoping it is clear. Now let us go to next part, that is rules of inference. Okay, so actually before knowing rules of inference you are supposed to know other important laws. But why I have written rules of inference next to this is, like, there is no question paper without rules of inference. Okay, so first we'll check rules of inference only. Yeah, we have something called as modus ponens, which means if you have in the question something like P followed by P to Q, then your answer will be Q. Like, remove what is common, write it is as it is. Modus tollens is nothing but P to Q, same thing, P to Q, and not of Q is nothing but not of P. We have rule of syllogism. This is nothing but transitive. P to Q, Q to R is nothing but P to R. Okay, if you don't know, pause the video, write it, learn it, later watch the remaining part, because you will not understand anything if you don't know these rules. We have rule of disjunctive syllogism. Disjunctive means always remember or. Conjunctive means it is always, see, conjunctive means it is always and. Okay, so rule of disjunctive syllogism says that P or Q along with not of Q is P. Mainly what we are using is these 3 laws. Okay, some other laws are also there which is not that important, so I will not be explaining more about it, which is rarely used again. Okay, yeah, later we will understand how this works. Okay, so this is the question we have. We have to prove that it is equal to this now, which was asked for 7 marks. Okay, so when you look into the question, okay, you can find like S or R, right? So S or R can be written as not of S and R. Why this? I'll just tell you. See here, look into the laws. Okay, if you don't know the laws, then it's no use of learning. I have also made the video regarding how to remember the laws. If you don't know that laws, then I'm not responsible. You'll get struck, obviously. You cannot blame me or scroll for the next video for this. You have to know the laws. Okay, yeah. Now look here, SR and RQ. This is like transitivity, right? Transitivity means nothing but rule of syllogism. P to Q, Q to R. Here also similarly, S to R, R to Q. That is nothing but S to Q, right? So same thing, S to Q. And in front of that you should write which rule you have used. For that you will get marks. Okay, rule of syllogism. Then coming to the next step. Now suppose if you want to remove the negative signs on both the sides, what you can do, you can just reverse them. Okay, so that negative sign will be gone. Because in answer we don't have negative sign, right? So we have to remove it. So for that we call it as contrapositive. Okay, then P write as it is. Now look here, P to Q, Q to S. Again it is rule of syllogism. So P to S will be written. Okay, then we have something called as rule of detachment. Rule of detachment is nothing but like when you have P and P of S, it can simply be written as S, because P to P is already present with and. That means they are joined. You can simply write it as S. Now, we have skipped something, right? P to P. You can say that P to P we could have written as P only according to idempotent law. No, that doesn't hold good here, because we are just using like detachment law. When we use law of detachment and disjunctive amplification is nothing but C here. For P we can write as P or Q, or for P or Q we can write as P. Okay. Similarly, they have done same thing here. P or this entire thing you consider it to be Q. Okay, then you get this answer. T is nothing but true. Okay, then for a universe of all integers, see it is asked for 7 marks and dead easy question. They have given few equations. We have to write it in symbolic form. First, they have told at least one integer is even. Now, where you can find integer value? Okay, here they have given x is even. They have also told in the question that it's one integer. One integer means obviously it can be like 0 or greater than 0. In question, it can be negative numbers also, yes. But in question, you look into the statements that they have given. Did they give any of the negative values? No, right? So we'll consider it to be the positive value only. Okay, so they have told at least. See, remember, if they say all the values, then we use this symbol. If they say at least or any one, then we use this symbol. Okay, it's like F. Okay, so at least one integer is even. So at least x belongs to, x is even means Q of x, right? So Q of x. Then there exists, see again, there exists means they have told it may exist. So this symbol only. Positive integer. Now they have told positive integer. So where can you find positive integer? X greater than 0 is positive numbers, right? So P of x, okay, that is even. So when two sentences are combined, you should use and symbol. Okay, that is even means Q of x. So Q of x. I hope this is clear. Then next we will see if x is even. Okay, so when we have the condition like if and then, we have to use arrow mark. If then. Okay, so if x is even means Q of x, right, as it is. Then x is not divisible by 3. X is divisible by 3 is what they have given. Not means you have to write negation of it, right? So not of s of x. Okay, then no even integer they have told is divisible by 7. So where we have divisible by 7? T of x. So they have told no even integer. That means you have to go to this. So Q of x is even integer, but they have told no even integer. So we cannot consider that. We have to just consider only divisible by 7 part and write it as it is. Since they have told no, take negation. Okay, I think this question in some book it is solved wrong. This question is there in the textbook also if you check. I have written answer according to textbook. Okay, then there exists even integer. Okay, even integer means it should be Q of x and P of x, right? Like you may ask like why P of x is not given. They have told even integer. They did not tell why it is greater than 0 or less than 0 anything, right? So we cannot consider this. Divisible by 3. So s of x. Okay, see, when two like propositions are combined, use and. They'll ask one question like define tautology and you have to prove, which will be asked for 7 marks. So a compound proposition which is true for all possible truth values of its components is called tautology. Now they have given one question, we have to solve it. Write all the values p, q, r, find p to q. If arrow is single mark, then only if the condition where 1 and 0 is there, answer will be 0. Remaining all sides it will be 1. Okay, you have to find for both the sides, not both the sides, this is entirely single question. If when you will find for both the sides is when it is equivalence in this kind of questions. So they may ask you to prove either by writing the table right like this, or they may ask you to do it using the formulas. Okay, now let us understand this one. I hope you got this. Tautology, you will get all the answer to be 1. Only if you are getting final answer to be 1, it is tautology. I hope you have patience in pausing the video and understanding these values. Please do that. You may think it's easy, but in final exam, there might be the situation where you are getting stuck in first question only. Okay, that will demotivate you in writing remaining answers, right? So please concentrate. Okay, then we'll understand how to prove using laws of logic, which was asked for 7 marks and very simple steps. Okay, so we can consider any one side and prove another side. So I'm considering left hand side. So P to Q and it is R, right? So this is in the form of P and this entire thing is in the form of Q. So P to Q can be written as not of P or Q. Q is nothing but Q to R. I hope you are understanding. I have considered this entire part to be Q. That is the law of implication. Okay. Now again if you see, like not of P or Q is there, right? So inside this again one more like Q to R is there. Again we can apply law of implication. Write this part as it is. Q to R can be written as not of Q or R. Okay, this is law of implication. Now I had told you that if two same symbols are there, it is associative, right? So associative, like if you have brackets over here, we can put brackets for this side also. In next step, we did the same. We have removed these two brackets and put it for these two values. So we have done it here. Okay, now you may ask like how like P or this part became AND. It is according to the law of De Morgan. Okay, so after you write this, not of P or Q or R. See, read it as not of this entire thing as P or R. Not of P or R can be written as P to R according to this law. Okay, I hope you have understood. Then if this loss is not still clear to you, you have to spend some time on it. Even these are the laws. Okay, then we have important question. We have to prove using direct method, indirect method and proof by contradiction. Okay, so if n is an odd integer, then n plus 9 is even. In direct proof, what we do is we will assume that P is true. Now what is P? The first statement what we write. Okay, if n is an odd integer, this is P. Followed by n plus 9 is even integer. This is Q. Okay. So like if you combine everything, what you should get in conclusion? If. So if and then is represented like this, right? So if P is an odd integer, then Q, that is the next part of the question, n plus 9 is even integer. Now how to solve it is, first write what is P and what is Q. Okay, now they have told us that n is an odd integer. How do we represent odd? 2k plus 1. This will become odd. You can substitute any values of k and check. Okay, this is the general representation for the odd number or integer. Okay, then also they have told us that Q is even integer, right? So write it as it is, n plus 9. Now what we are going to do is we will just combine this both, that is n plus 9 and 2k plus 1. So when you try to combine both of the values, I think I have not written here properly, like this equation n plus 9, when you try to combine it, okay, you have to say that it is equal, something like that you have to prove. Now take this 9 towards another side. Okay, I think it should come here. Take this 9 towards another side, then it will become 2k plus 10. So try to remove common here. 5 will be common, so it will be 2k plus 5. Therefore 2 into anything is even integer. We have proved it. In the last, right, q is also true, p is also true. Now we will understand indirect method. See, if you understand indirect method, contradiction method is also same. Only 2 sentences you have to change. Please concentrate. So in indirect method, we will assume that not of q is true. In direct method, we will assume that p is true. Okay, only p is true. In indirect method, we will assume that not of q is true. So what is q? Q says that, where is q? Yeah, n plus 9 is even integer, but not of q means we have to consider opposite of it. We will consider n plus 9 is odd integer. Okay, so when you consider n plus 9 to be odd integer, it is nothing but 2k plus 1, right? So we are considering n plus 9 to be what? Odd integer. So 2k plus 1. Now take the value of 9 to be this side, you will get 2k minus 8. Check what is common. Make it remove the common one, you'll get 4. Now, but in the final answer we are getting n is even integer, right? When you compute the value. So, not of p is true. Therefore, not of q to not of p is also true. See, for every question, whatever you prove, no, this value should be written properly. This is only the check in scheme of evaluation. I've written answers according to scheme of evaluation only, okay? Even the steps I've written according to scheme of evaluation. Try not skipping any of the steps. Contradiction is very simple. We will assume that entire p or q both are false. Okay. Now one more thing what we will assume is, if p is true, then q will be false. Same thing you write it here. Just write the assumption change. Okay, remaining everything is same. In the last you have to write, like you'll get p is false, but in reality p is true. Okay, so which is contradiction to our assumption. Given statement is true by method of contradiction. That's it. Okay, then one more question we had got it in previous paper. Even in the model paper, same question was asked. 2 times it is already asked. Okay, this is tautology based question. You have to get all the answer to be 1. One more question which was asked is, see here, m plus n is even, mn is odd. We have to prove this. Okay, it is nothing but, so m and n are nothing but 2 odd integers. We have to prove it. Now odd means we can write it something like 2k plus 1. M, in place of m you take it as 2k plus 1, and for n you take it as 2l plus 1. According to first statement, they have told when we add m and n, we will get even. So write m and n, add the values of m and n. When you add values of m and n, say 2k and 2l is there. From both the sides you can take 2 to be common. Then k and l as it is. Plus 1, take 1 as common. Okay, so you get for m and 1 this value. So 2 into m, 2 into something is what? Obviously even. We already proved it. See, simple question was asked for 7 marks. Then we have m plus n. Sorry, m into n. Okay, they are telling when we multiply m and n, we will get odd. Is it? We'll check it. Okay, so write it as it is. Multiply these values. Okay, when you multiply, you get this equation like 2 into 2 is 4. K plus 1 is nothing but what? M, right? M value. And similarly, this is also M value. When you are getting like this, yes. Now you can check, like obviously m plus n. If it is even number, it will be divisible by 2. Like if it is odd number, it will not be divisible by 2. So therefore, we have proved it. Then 3 important definitions what they have asked is, what is open statement? A declarative sentence is an open sentence if it contains one or more variables. Okay. Then quantifiers, subpropositions containing words like all, for every, for any, for each. So these all words are called quantifiers. Proposition means which is simple sentence which cannot be broken further. Okay, then we have write in symbolic form and establish validity. Okay, so if A gets the supervisor's position, okay, if A is getting supervisor's position and works hard, See, in this kind of questions, you have to compulsorily present your answer in table format only. Only then they'll award you complete marks. Okay, so let us understand now. So they are saying that if A gets the supervisor's position, so this is one complete sentence, right? So what we will do is, we will write it as P. Okay, so we have written here that value to be P. Then, and works hard, then he will get a raise. Get a raise is nothing but another sentence. So we will R, raise, right? So we'll take it as R. Then if he gets a raise, then he will buy a car. Okay, he will buy a car, it seems. Then he has not purchased the car. So for car we will take it as S, but they have told he has not purchased the car. So not of S. Now you may ask how this came. I'll tell you. If A gets the supervisor's position, that we have taken as P, right? So P, they have used and symbol is this, right? And works hard. For works hard we have denoted it to be Q. So Q. Then means always the symbol. Okay, if and then comes means you will use this. Okay, so similarly you can pause the video and analyze for the remaining part of the sentence. Okay, fine then. So how do we solve this kind of questions now? Okay, we'll understand that. So take the steps now. Okay, we can consider any of the premises. This single statement or equation is called as what? Premises. Okay, so what we will do is, we will consider 2 and 3. When you consider 2 and 3, okay, premise 2 and 3, check whether you can apply any of the laws. RS and not of S is modus tollens. This is, see, check this properly. This is in the form of P to Q, and not of Q is nothing but what? Not of, is it not of P? No, right? It is not of, yes, R. Okay, make a change here. It is R. Okay, then consider the fourth one. Okay, fourth number. This premises we had left. We have solved for these two. We had left this, right? So write it as it is. Now check whether you can apply something for both the laws. Yes. Okay. So next question what we have is determine truth value. Actually I was recording, but due to storage I couldn't manage with recording remaining part. I am recording it for second time. So please, for my efforts, you have to like the video. I am really giving my 100% and more than that. Okay. So yeah, determine the truth value they have given. So understand that this symbol means only few values. Okay. And this symbol means for every values. Okay. This symbol. So they have told when we multiply x and y, we should get the answer to be 1. And x and y can be any few values, but answer should be 1. When can be like when you multiply two values, when can the answer be 1? Either if you take x as 1 and y as 1, you will get answer to be 1. Similarly, when we take x and y to be minus 1, also we will get the answer to be 1, right? So that is the answer. Then B, for few values of x, but for all values of y, we need the answer to be 1. Is it possible? Like y they have told it can be anything. Then I'll take the value of y to be 2. Will it be equal? Like 1 into 2 becomes 2. Is 2 equal to 1? No, false. You have to just write whether it is true or false. Okay, then next, for all values of x and only few values of y, x and y should be 1. All values of x, I'll take x value to be 2. Will it be equal? No. So 1. Answer is false. Simple, right? Then D. In this question what they have done is, they have given two equations. So I'll consider first equation and I'll try to find the value of y. Y is equal to 5. This 2x I'll take this side. It becomes 5 minus 2x, right? So I'll write it as it is. So we'll substitute this value in this now. Means y value in this equation. When I substitute, I'll get the answer to be x equal to 1 and y equal to 3. So just a minute, I'll just confirm whether the recording is going on. Okay, fine, everything is fine now. Okay. And E is also same, they have given two equations. This, your answer will be false. I request you to pause, take time and solve. Then again we have tautology kind of question where all the final answer what you get, that value should be 1. Here you can see we are getting all the value to be 1. Then they'll give the sentences. We have to convert the sentence into equation form and test its validity. Now looking the question, they have told if then. That means we are using this symbol. Okay. So if Ram studies, I'll consider that studies to be S. Then he will pass 12th. Pass, P I have taken. Come to the next sentence. If Ram passes, I have taken it to be P. Then his father gives him bike. I have written B, bike. Then if Ram doesn't play video game, if he plays, then it is V. They have told doesn't play, so I have taken negative. Okay. Then he will pass 12th, so P. Then Ram did not get a bike. Did not means negative. And in the last they have told Ram played video game, so V. Now we have to construct this table. Okay. So among this we can consider any two equation. I'll consider fourth premise. Okay, fourth premise and second premise. So you can see this is in the form of modus tollens. If you don't know the rules, then please go check it, learn it, and then watch this video. Even if you know, make a list of it, have that copy and look into the video. You'll understand it better. Okay, yeah. When you combine these two, you can apply modus tollens. Answer will be not of P. Okay, then we'll consider first one, that is S to P. Again we can apply modus tollens only. When we apply, we will get not of S. Then what was left was fourth premises, so I'll consider that also. Okay, we are considering that also. Again you can apply modus tollens. So you can remember, if you get Ram kind of question, you will use modus tollens everywhere for every premises. Okay, is it fine? Can you remember this? It's simple, right? We'll go to the next question now. Okay, next question says that if K and L are odd integers, how do we represent odd integers? In the form of 2m plus n, 1, right? They have told L is also odd integer. Again we will consider it to be 2n plus n. Then K plus L is even. We have to prove it. So you already know what is K and L value, right? So now they have told add it. So let us add K and L. When you add it, okay, what will happen? 2m, 2n, right? As it is. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, now remove 2 common. You get m, n. You have taken 2 common. So what is remaining here? 1. So 1. So these all are again what? Integer values. So 2 into anything is even number. Yes, we proved it. Second question is, if K and L are odd. Okay, let us make K to be odd. See, this is generalized form for writing odd number, 2m plus 1. If they ask even, then write only 2m. That will become even. Then K into L is odd. That means we are multiplying K into L. So when you multiply these two values, again you will get something this form. This m and n and all are integers. So K into L is odd. Then we have to prove logical equivalence. So when you look into the question, you can find the value of f. So always remember, when you are getting f or t, you should apply identity law. Okay, so identity law says that f into something is that something value p. Remaining all you write as it is. We have applied identity law here. Then see here, p and p is p according to idempotent law. Now see, when we have two different symbols, it is what? Yes, distributive law. Distributive law is nothing but first value and second value, or first value and second value. Just I have written reversely. Okay, just write distributive law, compare with these values, same answer you will get. Okay, now see, look here, not of P and P is false. Why this is false is, according to this comparison it is false, or we say it as ordering. Okay, finally you get this answer, which is equal to right hand side. Now next question is students friendly question. We all love this question because the simple 2-line answers was asked for 7 marks. What it is we will understand. If all triangles are right angled, that this line I'll consider it to be P, then no triangle is equilateral, I'll consider that to be Q. Now they have used if and then condition, right? So if and then I'll represent like this, if then. Now they have told us to apply negation. When you apply negation, see, not of P and Q, which law it is? De Morgan's law. You have to write explanation also. According to De Morgan's law, it is this. Okay, please write it. Like, only if you look into the maths notes, it is not possible for you to understand. Kindly watch the video. Okay, then we have, yeah, you might be shocked by looking at only 18 questions, but yes, I had to get 30 questions because I had listed questions from 2 model papers, June-July paper, supplementary paper, December paper. So when I had combined all this, I had to get 30 questions, but I am getting only 18. This means that among 30, 12 questions are getting repeated. That 12 repeated questions are here only, right? I hope you are getting my logic. Okay, we'll understand this now. They have given few premises. We have to check whether it is valid or not. We'll consider first 2. Okay, so because remaining anything, we cannot do anything in this condition. So what you can do is, now look here, we have one more law called as conditional combination. Like, when you cannot apply any of the rules, you can apply this. What it says is, when you have 2 arrow mark kind of equation, then you can write it as P and R, and this arrow mark as it is, then Q and S. Okay, this one. Now consider the given one more premises. Now combine this both. By using modus tollens, we will get this answer, which is the final answer. Yes, now this argument is valid. Last one important question, please don't skip it. Okay, they have given this, we have to convert it into sentence. I'll explain this, it's easy, concentrate. If a triangle has 2 equal sides, okay, that I'll take it as P of X, then it is isosceles. X is isosceles. Okay, I'll just consider that triangle to be X now, Q of X. Then if triangle is isosceles, then it has 2 equal angles. That 2 equal angles, I'll take it to be R of X. Now whatever this sentence form they have given, we have to consider, like, change it to what? Yes, very good, to the statement form, equation form. Okay, now again let us try how to do this. See, in the question, for this kind of question, for all or for universal set of values, like that they'll give. In that case, we will use this symbol. Remember, in the question it was given, I have forgotten to write because I wanted to tell this in video only, specifically in video, so that it goes into your ears. Okay, if a triangle has 2 equal sides, that means P of X, I have written P of X, then means this symbol, it's isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle means Q of X. I have written it like this. Then if triangle is isosceles, then Q of X, then it has 2 equal angles. 2 equal angles means R of X. Last one more sentence what they have given, the triangle ABC does not have 2 equal angles. So does not have means here it is R of X has, but they have told doesn't have, so we'll take the negation, and in final we should get this answer, that is ABC doesn't have 2 equal angles. Okay, so they have told 2 equal angles, so it is in P of this. Okay, now you might be confused why C is written here. You will understand when I explain this. Okay, always remember, for all kind of questions we use universal specification rule. What it is, I'll tell you. So now here it is in the form of X, right? So in place of X you have to write C. That is only universal specification. So for both the equation, write in place of x to be c. Now you see p to q, q to r. That is rule of syllogism. First only you cannot apply rule of syllogism. Okay, how the marks distribution for this kind of question happens is, when you consider two equation and write premises 1, premises 2, they'll give 1 marks for each. And definitely in this kind of question we will use only three kind of rules: universal specification, universal generalization. Generalization is used if this symbol was this, everything is same again. Okay, and rule of syllogism. So when you combine these two values, we get naught of r of c. Okay, yeah, this value, this is third premises, naught of r of c, that I have written here. So when you combine these two, we can again apply modus tollens. So you, in the entire module, what all words did you hear from me many times? Obviously it is modus ponens, modus tollens, right? So by this you can understand that these two laws are very important and applied everywhere. So kindly understand those laws and study. No need of studying anything extra. So I am recording this for the second time. You might understand how difficult it is for me to teach the same thing 2 times, 3 times, make notes. So if you have understood the content of this video, please consider liking so that I can give the second module very soon. And also comment understood so that I will understand that you have understood. Okay.